Hi everybody, welcome back to Freestyle Friday. Today we are doing two different things. I'm doing makeup, so I want to try this palette, and Kara's doing
my skincare. But before we get started, if you like what you're seeing, please like, share, and subscribe. Actually, you should be doing worse. You should be doing the... I'm going to work.
Right.
And you're coming off work, so I should be doing makeup.
Yeah.
And you should be doing skincare.
But I wanted to try this thing.
She wanted to try it.
I wanted to try I got this new NYX palette, Swear by It palette. So I've been wanting to use this. I have been using it a little bit though, and I really like it. But I want to try this green over here. And since we're recording, might as well do something. Okay. Now,
I have to go to work after this.
What do I normally do?
And I can't wear makeup at work. I actually miss putting on makeup all the time. And even when I put on makeup for our show and stuff, I don't ever want to take it off. It takes me a minute to want to take it off because I don't get to see myself.
Right.
The way I really want to see myself all the time. So a subscriber asked a question, and she said, what was a rule that both of you incorporated into your life that you found out later had nothing to do with the direction you were going? For example, opinions about relationships, health, and lifestyle.
Do you know?
I would say trying to be an independent woman when I wanted to be a housewife.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's good.
Because you know what? I think like when you're, I wanted to be a housewife. I still kind of do in a lot of ways. But I was raised in an independent woman. Well, my mother's an independent woman, and so she kind of raised us that way. And just the time period, every woman wants to, is trying to be Oprah.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like I had to do that, although I didn't really want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, I kept thinking, I want to be a housewife, but I kept doing things that didn't, like not dating.
Yeah.
Doing everything on my own.
Yeah.
Never relying on any man for anything. I know, I guess it's one of those things, you're trying to do two things, expecting to get one result.
Yeah.
And so it's like people who are like independent people focus heavily on a career, and I kind of did that. That was why I went to New York and everything. I was trying to do that, and knowing the whole time I really didn't want to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, Kara's answer to hers is pretty much the answer to mine. Same answer. Because most of the stuff that I've done in my life, that I've been doing in my life, it's always been, really honestly, it's been working.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just been working. And forgetting to have, not focusing on having a family.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized that I didn't have to be, I could have this whole time, if I had just paid attention to my instinct and just wanted to do, I know that things turn out the way they're supposed to turn out. I'm not saying that, but I did want to have a family. I mean, I still do want to have a family, but I feel like I just was preparing to work, and I wasn't really making a career out of it anyway. It's like, not really.
I think I've had to learn how to be, in a way, how to be a woman in a different way, because my whole life I feel like I've been kind of masculine.
Yeah.
I've had masculine behavior my whole life because I've never depended on anybody.
I just feel like I wasted a lot of time.
Like, I think like that's something I think like women, when you raise daughters, you got to be careful of.
Yeah.
Is all this independent stuff. Is because it takes you away from being feminine, and it takes you away from being who you really are and who you really want to be. You know what I mean? And we make men, I think, feminine because we meet them with masculinity a lot. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I think in my life I've done that. I've been the woman who's kind of come in and taken care of men.
Like when I read that question, it stumped me a little bit because last night I read it before Kara did, but because I didn't really know exactly what it was, and it just dawned on me that I was sitting there preparing to have some big fancy career, which could possibly still happen. I'm not saying that. But the real stuff that I was wanting to do had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
And the realization of that is just,
Like, I mean, we learn like you guys learn when you watch our shows. You know what I mean? Like, I'm learning a lot about my own feminine self. And I've been doing that for a few years now, trying to remember that I'm a woman and not some guy. You know what I mean? And I think it's like I said, I think a lot of times we do kind of forget. Because, you know, when you don't embrace, when you're a woman and you don't embrace your femininity, and then you go out and date, you meet feminine men. Yeah. Because you're meeting the masculinity. Yeah. And masculine energy and feminine energy attract. So if you're coming in masculine, then something feminine has to come in. Yeah. And I feel like that's what I've dated a lot of men who depend on me. Yeah. And they're babies. Yeah. And they cry too much. And it's unattractive. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I have to realize my part in that. My part is that I don't allow myself to receive. Women are natural receivers. That's what we're supposed to. Men are givers, and women are supposed to receive, appreciative. Yeah, that's our biology and nature. We are receivers. They are givers, and for me, I've been the giver, right, much more than the receiver, right, in my past. And I would have to say that it probably is just my upbringing. I was raised around a lot of masculine women who did everything. Yeah. They did everything. They cooked, they cleaned, they took care of kids, they went to work, they put in 40 hours, and everything I ever saw in women was masculine. And so I think I just kind of grew up thinking that women are supposed to be everything. Yeah. And I think, like Danielle said, it caused me to always work and forget about myself. That's what the world is trying to feed us, that women are supposed to be this way. We're supposed to be just like our men. Yeah. And we're not. Biologically, no matter what time period you come from or live in, women is biology. Mm-hmm. Women are just not masculine in that way. Men are. We have estrogen, they have testosterone. Right. For a reason. They're both needed. And when men aren't feeling good about themselves, they're like they said, their testosterone gets lower, and we start treating them like men. Right. That's true. And the same thing with us, our estrogen lowers when we start acting masculine. Mm-hmm. We can't attract what we really want. And so that's just true in anything, though. Mm-hmm. You can't attract what you want if you're acting the polar opposite of what it is. But a lot of women are messed up in that, because the world now tells you must be everything. Yeah. But yeah, it's like the strong black woman thing. I was just looking at this meme. I'll put it up here if I find it. But where this thing where black women have to be strong all the time. And it's just like this thing where we are not allowed to have any kind of moments of weakness. And it's like, no matter what, it's if you're a black woman. But if you're a black woman specifically, then we always get that label. And I think that we kind of put it on ourselves a little bit too. Mm-hmm. Be a strong black woman and basically make us feel like we don't need anyone. You know what I mean? We'll be fine without having anyone or any help, you know? And yeah. So that meme just kind of like personified, I think, what the problem really is when it comes to black women. Because a lot of times it is black women that are we are the ones that are saying this whole strong black woman thing. We started saying it, and then we didn't really say, we don't want to appear weak. You know what I mean? And so I think that it's okay for black women to just not always be strong. I mean, who we are, who it is embedded in us is to be strong. So it's already there, but it's okay to not always be that way. And I feel like black women are always trying to be strong. And I think that's what I was trying to do the majority of my adult life, is just always have this look a strong black woman. And I'm really, there's times where I'm just not that strong. You know what I mean? Not that strong, and I don't really feel bad about that. Yeah. Well, black women have had to be strong as far as America is concerned. Since slavery, we've just had to be strong. Yeah. A lot of us have not been married. I mean, even back in the day, black women were getting married. Yeah. It was black women both worked with, a lot of black women weren't housewives like white women. Mm-hmm. They worked with their husbands and things like that. And it takes away, like I said, it takes away a sort of receiving aspect that we're supposed to have. See, white women, you know why white women like feminism, I think it's because so long they've been sheltered. And been taken care of and been coddled by their men. I mean, in a way of the white men like to take care of the women. They always have. Yeah. No matter how much money a white man makes, they have always been the leaders of their household. Mm-hmm. With black men, they've had to deal with the the pressures of dealing with white men
Yeah.
in the workplace. So they've had to fight to be in charge too. So their incomes aren't the same as white men. So when it comes to our households, Black women have to work.
Yeah.
And then it takes away our feminine aspects because now we have to be the wife, the mother, and the worker because we have to.
Yeah.
And I think it's always been like that for us. And white women like feminism because they've never had to do that really.
Right.
They want it badly.
It's really disappointing to me whenever I hear Black men say, you know, they want a 2-income household.
Yeah, it bothers me.
And I'm not. It's not that. It's not a problem with.
It's not that Black women don't want to do that either.
It's not a problem with having a 2-income household. I mean, that's not necessarily the problem. It's just that a lot of Black men like require that, and I think that that's making Black men weak.
Yeah,
I think that every other male.
Hispanic,
I know
Asian.
and obviously I know there's exceptions in every case, but the kind of the rule and the tradition with every other ethnicity, Hispanic and it doesn't matter, Jewish, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just African, you know, like it was already tradition for their men to take care of their women, and there was really no like. There's really no pushback with their women on that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's what it is, right? Yeah. And if a woman wanted to work, she'll work. It's whatever. You know, but there's this feeling of other ethnicities take care of their women. And then here we are with Black women and Black men. Like, our men are a little bit different. Not all of them. Yeah. Now, please understand this. Please not. I'm not.
Don't come in the comments and be like, oh, you guys are brilliant. I'm not
because I love Black men. All of them. I'm just saying there's this umbrella and this cloud over certain situations with some Black men where they just simply feel like women who want to be taken care of are gold diggers. Yeah. And just don't want to do anything. Yeah. And the truth is that women just want to be taken care of because they're women. And it's not because we're some little sad damsels in distress and we're little ladies, like that. It's not necessarily that deep. It's just that women inherently want to be taken care of just because I said, like I was saying, like Daniel's saying, but like I was saying, like our biology tells us that. It's not that we're trying to be gold diggers. That's just the essence of anyone. Yeah. You know what I mean? And anytime a woman acts really masculine, that's really taught behavior. Yeah. That's taught behavior by society and probably your mom. If you had a mother who was very independent, or a mother who didn't trust men, or a mother who didn't rely on anybody, or single most of your life, you will take on those sort of traits. If you have a father that was absent, you realize you don't depend on men because he wasn't even there. Right. So I think like the thing about Black women, I think we get these images because television is very powerful. The internet's very powerful. What we see in the society is what we take on. And Black women get these two types of women. We get the Cardi B women, where we're just hard and over sexualized and or like Trina and those girls, you know, just Little Kim, like those little sexual stripper-esque type women that are real masculine sexually, or then we're Oprah, business and masculine in that way. I've had women, actually not so long ago, I had a woman say to me, you know, her boyfriend, something was wrong with her and her boyfriend, whatever, and she was talking about how bad he is and all this, and I was like, yeah. I'm not tough on Black women, but I do call stuff out when I see it. I'm like, Black men are not going to change until we change. We have to assert something different for them to want to lead with. So it's like, if we're always talking about, you know, Black, he's not treating me well. I'm like, yeah, but you're taking the lead. Yeah. And I just think that if you want to see change, like in your relationship or, you know, or your dating patterns and stuff, it's like you really do have to stand in your femininity. You know what I mean? And let a man be a man. Let him do what he has to do. I just feel like there's a part of Black women are just kind of afraid to just say, no, I kind of would like I like for you to just be lead on this one. You know what I mean? Because when Black women say that, again, when we say that we want you to do all of that, we're looked at as some type of gold digging girls. Like, what's all we want? The matter of fact, I've worked all of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken care of men.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the other way around. They're supposed to be taking care of us. And I just feel like black women, we have to stop with this, I'm a strong black woman. Yeah, we know that.
Cut it out with that.
We know that you're a strong black woman, but when you're doing that, the message is given to weaker black men, not just black men, but weak black men. It's making them feel like, well, she's gonna do it, and I'm just gonna let her do it, and I'm gonna get a free ride with this woman, you know. And it's like, and I just think that black women, we gotta change.
Yeah,
we gotta change the script.
It's funny because I always think that black men are the most copied men.
They are,
but they never get called strong.
No, they don't.
We get called strong.
Yeah.
I never hear we go strong black men. We call them strong black men because we want you to feel that way.
But the world doesn't.
But the world doesn't. The world calls black women strong black women, but but when it comes to black men, you guys are just copied.
Yeah.
You guys are copied looks wise. You know what I mean? Like most white men kind of want to be you in a way, but they don't want to say that, but they kind of want to be you. Like you see all these white men are trying to imitate what a black man kind of is. But when it comes to strength and manhood, when it comes to strength and manhood, black men get the low of the totem pole when it comes to any other race.
Like I had such a big problem with, and I was going to talk about that too in a separate video, but since we're talking about it now, it's fine. But that's this strong black woman thing has got to stop. Yeah, it's got to stop in the way it's being used. Yeah, it's not that we're not strong. Clearly, we've overcome a lot and we've done a lot. You know. But it's not that. It's that the way that we look at ourselves is so wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and again, please, I have to keep saying this. I feel like someone say something, but not all. I know some black women get it. You should be taken care of. You're a woman, and you should be getting taken care of. Yeah. You know what I mean? And most women in the world understand this concept. Almost every woman I know that's not black. Understands that concept. It can be a minority woman. Yeah. Just not black. Yeah. Every other woman I know understands that concept, and their men understand it to the point of they want to do it because it's tradition for them to do that. Right. But it's not necessarily, or it's gone away from that. It used to be tradition, but it's not necessarily tradition for our men to feel that way about us. And so we have to be the ones taking over. Yeah. And I just think that I feel like a little bit like it's black men need to man up, and then black women need to stand down with that masculine stuff. You know what I mean? Because it just doesn't work like that. And I just found more success, I think. You know, I'm in the dating world, but I found more success when I date. I date men that are, because I think my mentality has changed. Yeah. The men that I now date are just inherently those types of men.
And I think like you said, like this is great because you said that your mentality has changed. It's also a lot of getting to know you, and to understand where you make, because it's not just them. It's like Danielle said earlier. It's us understanding that we aren't them for a minute and fixing ourselves, because they won't change. Yeah, if they think that we like it. Yeah, right. Do you understand? So that makes sense to me.
If they think that we like it, then of course they're gonna. Well, not of course. Weak black men that don't have their manliness into them yet, or something's happened where they've suppressed their manhood. Things happen in life where, you know, some women are, you know, men are being raised with single moms. You know, a lot of black men are with single moms, and they've been babied a lot. You know what I mean? And that can happen too. Become a mama's boy, and not in the good way, the bad way, mama's boy, where you just need a woman to take care of you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I've encountered a lot of men like that in my life, you know, my earlier, you know, and so now when I date, the men that are attracted to me, the men that are attracted to me now are men who take care of women. Yeah. And that's just because I don't know what it is. I think
they treat you better.
Yeah, I think it's my mentality.
There was a guy I know we're getting close. Yeah, but I was telling Danielle that there was a guy on my Facebook page that he wrote, how many women would pay for a date for a man? I'll wait. And then all of these black women came in, because he's black, so he had mostly black women. And he was like, all these black women came in, I'll pay. I pay for my man all the time. I do this, I do that, and all that. The one woman that contradicted that whole was a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I've been married for 10 years and my husband would never ask me to pay for anything. She said, not that I can't pay for anything, but any man who expects a woman to pay for a date when he asked you out.
Yeah.
She was like, that's a big contradiction. She said, I'm sorry to say that because I know that a lot of women on here are saying that they would, but she actually said that. She said, but now it kind of makes me understand why Black women are single. And
she's
that was honest to me.
I know some white women say that, but she's right.
And she just like, Black men should not be asking women to pay for dates so loosely like this on Facebook. Because what it makes you look like, it makes it look like you're not a leader and it makes you look weak. Mm-hmm. Like you can't afford even a date or you want someone to take care of you. And that's not, you are a giver.
Wrong.
She's like, men are givers, ladies.
Yeah.
They're supposed to give. It's in their DNA. We're supposed to appreciate them. And I appreciate everything my husband does.
Yeah.
Everything. He knows it. He loves it. Every day I'm giving him appreciation. I give him appreciation with my children. Mm-hmm. I take care of his money. I take care of his home. I take care of him. And he appreciates that. Yeah. But that is what men want when they want to receive.
Yeah.
She's like, women should never be paying for things and feeling like their worth in a relationship is financial.
Yeah. There's Black women I know personally that I've had actual conversations with where they are like, don't want to say it like out loud to men, but they do say the conversations we have are I just really want to be taken care of. Yeah. But I don't want to say that to men, Black men, because they're going to feel like I'm just trying to just get a free ride, you know. And I'm just like, see, that has that's hurtful. Black women, Black women, we have to stop feeling bad about just saying you want to be taken care of.
Yeah, I think that with regards to the question that
like the question,
with regards to the question, that is true. That is some way that I mentally thought that wasn't serving me in my quest to ever being married.
Yeah.
Because I was acting like a man trying to get one.
Yeah, that's just not how
And I wish I could have fixed that a long time ago. Yeah. But I just didn't know any better. So you can't go back. I don't feel bad about that because I just didn't know. So, you know what I mean? If I could change things with my now knowing, then I would change it. But then that was just how I was raised. Yeah. I was raised to be masculine. I was raised to not only from my mom, but from this world.
So I guess if you're a woman acting like that right now and you're watching this,
stop.
You know, you might want to just stop. You know what I mean? Especially if you're younger. Mm-hmm. Just stop now. Yeah. And just, you know, love who you are and you'll meet the right person anyways. That's the most important part is to love who you are and really have worth, some self-worth, because you're not going to meet the right guy without self-worth. You're going to meet the wrong guy who has self-worth. It's going to be like that. But Black women, don't just let them lead. Yeah. Don't be afraid to let a man lead. And men, don't be afraid to lead.
But what I was going to say was meet people with your, meet men with your sensuality and not your sexuality all the time. Yeah. Because I think a lot of women do that. They're so sexually driven forward. And I think that when you meet men in that capacity, you meet them with your masculine energy when you're too forward sexually. But if you meet them in your sensuality, that's feminine energy. Right.
So tell us what you think, you guys. What you think about that? I guess I was gonna do a whole video on this, but I guess we just did it. So yeah. But so just tell us what you think. Leave a comment below. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet. And
ring the bell.
Oh yeah,
that bell. That gives you a notification so you can know.
So you can know. Yes. That's what's up.
And share if you like it.
How about
what you're hearing. Share.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next week.